immediately. There we go. It's official. This one photo got my profile verified. If I deleted that photo, I would lose my verified badge on the entire profile. But I wanted to see just how far I could push it. So I kept creating more images of myself to see just how many would pass face check and get me a verified badge. I tried AI face swaps and messy Photoshop jobs, create an image, take face check, and wait, over and over. And every single one got me verified. So, mystery solved. You can get a photo verified account on Tinder while pretending to be someone completely different simply by including one image that kind of looks like you. That's why these profiles look like this. I ran the same experiment on Hinge. Hinge is owned by the same parent company as Tinder and also uses face tech for facial verification. And the result was the same. A single matching image resulted in an entire verified profile. Hinge did appear to have a higher threshold, so it would reject some of the images that Tinder verified. A FaceTech representative told me that that difference could be because Hinge is setting its profile pic matching to a higher sensitivity level than Tinder. Then I ran the same experiment on Bumble. On Bumble, only one image passed the verification test. It was this one. And after verification, every photo that didn't match my face was automatically deleted. So props to Bumble for actually being kind of secure. I reached out to Tinder to let them know what I'd found, but as of publishing this video, I haven't heard back. The core issue is that Tinder only requires one profile photo to match your face in order to get a verified badge. I understand why they might not want to require that every photo pass face check. You might want to include a photo where your face isn't visible or a meme that shows off your personality. But right now, you can create a verified profile using 8 photos of people who are not you and just one that is. And that undermines what this badge is supposed to signal. One possible fix would be giving each photo its own verification marker so that users could see which images actually match the verified face. Maybe that's a UX nightmare, but it would make what is currently an easily exploitable system significantly harder to game.
They implement these tools that are supposed to be like, this, we're keeping you safe. We're helping you make sure that like what's really happening is happening. But now we can't even trust that. If I can't trust that like the verification process is working, then I can't trust any of it really.
Dating apps are a very weird and vulnerable little corner of a very big internet. But across that internet, facial verification tools like this one and other tools that use our biometric data are becoming more and more common. And they come with a big promise that if we hand over deeply personal information about our bodies, we'll get something valuable in return. A system where everyone is who they say they are. But that promise only means something if we can agree on what this technology actually guarantees. Because if we're stuck with an internet where you have to prove who you are without being able to trust that anyone else actually has, that sounds like a bad deal. Hey, thank you so much for watching. This was a really, really fun video to make. The idea for this video came from talking to somebody else, and a lot of my favorite videos that we've made for the channel start that way with an organic question from somebody else. It gives me a nice, satisfying assignment. And if you have a question that you want to see answered on this show, I want to hear from you over at newpress.com. It's a website I'm helping build with some fellow journalists where you can help our reporting and participate in conversations and really get a sense of the stories that we're working on down the pipeline as they're in progress. It's a great place to see the behind the scenes of how videos like this get made. Okay, I'll see you there.
Bro.
If I could take you behind the scenes of what it's like to make videos for this channel, it would look a lot like this. It's editing clips, interviewing people, and lots of reading. That reading often starts with research papers. Research papers are the definitive format for scientists to communicate what they've learned about the world around us, and they're trustworthy thanks to a system. Researchers submit papers, editors assess it, experts review it, and journals publish it. But recently, some scientists have discovered that something very strange is happening with that system.
I found an avalanche of papers that look very similar kinds of titles, just different gene names and different cancers.
They were all the same structure, the same methods. The text felt the same when I read it, and I looked at it and I thought, this is crazy.
Other scientists noticed charts specific to one study that were copied and pasted onto another. Images from one study that showed up manipulated in another. Even pictures of tumors in study after study that were just rearranged versions of one original picture. You can see that the ruler has the same stains and shadows even though the institutions these papers came from are hundreds of kilometers apart.
This is not a small number of bad, irresponsible authors putting in low-quality research. This is an industrialized effort to mass-produce low-quality research for profit.
The entities behind that industrialized effort have become known as paper mills. They're sketchy businesses that make and sell fraudulent research papers and get them published in real journals. And the fraudulent papers they produce are becoming a bigger and bigger portion of all scientific literature, growing at a rate that is outpacing that of legitimate science, and making the paper mill industry tens of millions of dollars every year. Now, I'm not an academic. I've never written a research paper. I've never done a peer review, but I am a journalist who makes videos, and those videos rely on research. And that research needs to be good and rigorous and true. How concerned should I be that it isn't? Going into this, I felt like I vaguely understood how an idea for a research paper becomes an actual published research paper, but not really. So I set out to understand that first. It all begins when an author submits a paper. That submission is assessed by an editor at a journal. The editor can then reject it or approve it for peer review, where fellow experts from that field evaluate the quality of the research. Depending on those peer reviews, the author might need to revise and resubmit the paper. Finally, after peer review, the editor can decide to accept or reject the paper, at which point it advances to production and publication. Paper mills hijack this process, and they do it by exploiting weaknesses in the system, starting with the researchers writing the papers.
There's always been a certain amount of bad behavior in the scientific community. People who maybe want to take shortcuts. And what we're seeing more and more now, though, is more and more pressure on academics to produce more and more outputs to justify their funding. And sometimes this gets called publish or perish.
Publish or perish. It's a phrase describing the pressure on academics to publish papers in order to advance in their career. Since universities want faculty to increase the institution's profile, they often incentivize publishing research by rewarding it with funding, promotions, or even cash bonuses. But those expectations sometimes fall on staff who don't have time to do research, or staff who aren't even researchers at all.
Those people may feel as if it's the only way that they can meet their employers' expectations is by engaging the services of someone who'll help them.
Engaging their services means paying a paper mill to get their name on a pre-written paper. Sometimes dozens of author names are crammed onto a single paper, each one an academic who paid to get their name there.
And of course, that creates a toxic kind of circle, because the more people that do that, the more anybody who doesn't do it is just going to fall behind.
But a paper mill doesn't just produce a paper. It also guarantees that that paper will be published. So how does it do that? So how does a paper mill successfully get a paper published in a real journal? There's evidence that some paper mills have bribed journal editors to ensure that papers get published, but often the papers slip through the cracks for a simpler reason. Some journals have their own pressure to publish because of how journals make money. Journals make money in one of two ways. One is closed access. In this model, institutions or individual readers pay to access journal articles. Because these journals make money from subscriptions, publishing more papers isn't automatically better. Every additional paper costs the journal money to review, edit, and produce. That creates an incentive to publish fewer papers, and only ones they believe are high quality and worth paying for. Then there's open access. Here, readers don't pay to read articles. Instead, authors pay the journal a fee to publish their work. Large commercial publishers can make huge profits on these fees.
Every time you submit a paper, you probably have to pay an article processing charge of $2,000 or $3,000. I mean, this is a gold mine if you run a publishing business.
You know, it's like selling shoes or anything like that. The more units you can sell, the more you can earn.
So where closed access journals are incentivized to value quality, open access journals are incentivized to value quantity. And a growing percentage of all scholarly publishing is open access. Paper mills exploit the intersection of two things: the willingness of researchers to pay for papers that will help them get ahead, and the willingness of open access journals to accept papers that will make them money.
This is something that operates within the shadows. We know incredibly little about how these businesses are structured, how they operate. They operate in secret, but they also need to be found. So you can go on any website where services regularly get offered, or any social media, and you'll find these groups.
There are websites like the aptly titled Science Publisher Company, Telegram channels, and Facebook pages where individual paper mill representatives leave posts asking commenters to reply with their academic department for connections to fast index journals for publication. As Reese showed me all of these ways to contact a paper mill, one thing I realized is that paper mills aren't just selling authorship. There are ads for fake patents, fake books, fake awards, and citation manipulation, where paper mills artificially boost academics' ranking on sites like Google Scholar by uploading articles that reference their work. It just feels like such a huge breadth of services.
Exactly. The term paper mill does not really adequately describe the whole range of services that can be offered under the same roof. It's literally any possible thing that you can use to launder your reputation as an academic or otherwise is offered by these companies.
I was surprised at how sophisticated these operations seemed, and also kind of shocked at how easy it was to reach them. And it felt like it was time for me to see one of these operations up close. On Facebook, paper mill accounts typically left a WhatsApp number for more information. So I reached out to several of these numbers, posing as a researcher interested in publishing opportunities. I told them my department was ethics, and they all got back to me immediately, sending a menu of journals I could buy access to publish in and a list of fake paper topics I could buy authorship on. They quoted me a price, too. For just $395, I could be the first author listed on a paper published within a month. But I still wanted to talk over the phone to a real person, so I asked one of them if I could give them a call. Hello, testing, testing. Okay, let's give this a shot. We've been playing phone tag for several days now, but I think we got him now. Hello? Hi, can you hear me okay? Hi, I'm sorry I missed your call earlier.
That's okay. So you've been trying to speak to me for the longest, yeah?
Yes, I've never kind of engaged with this sort of service before, so I just want to understand a little bit more about how this works.
Okay. So you want a paper written for you, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's okay. And it could also be published, right?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Is that correct? Right?
Yes, to get a paper written. That's correct. And how, I guess, is anyone going to know kind of on the journal side? I just want to understand, what is the journal?
Do you mean if there's a connection with the journal? Is that what you're trying to ask?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, sure. There's a very good connection. So with the reviewers, so it's gonna be a smooth process. There's a connection with the reviewers.
Okay, so there's a guarantee of publishing.
Yes, sure, guarantee.
Okay, great.
The writing process, it's handled by the experts. So after writing, submit the paper. The paper is going to be submitted using your details. After that, the manuscript is handed over to the editor. That's the person we have a link with over there, the member of the board. Then you are going to be notified when the submission is successful. All reviews you would receive will be minor. There will be no major review. Trust me, given the fact that it's all minor review, the paper will pass. And we should get acceptance in little to no time. And once we get that, we proceed.
I guess I just wanted to know, do you have kind of previous examples that you can show me that you have done, just sort of the track record to know that this works?
Sure, yeah, sure. Why not?
That would be great.
It's okay, sure. I'll send right away.
In terms of sort of the substance of the paper, the science itself, is that kind of... Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, but...
Okay, sorry, I lost you for a moment. I was just asking sort of about how the paper is made, I think I keep losing you. Call failed. Okay, well. So we did eventually lose connection, but he sent me a whole bunch of samples of work that they have had successfully published via their connections at each of these journals. Artificial Intelligence and Narratology in Contemporary Francophone Digital Literature, examining the role of radiation risk perception in patient decision-making for diagnostic imaging procedures. Let's look that up on Google Scholar. Wow. It is actually there. It's actually there under the Journal of Radiography. It's just weird that I can read this and know that these are people that paid for it. Potential hazards, including the risk of radiation-induced cancer, cumulative higher doses, patient's perception significantly influence decisions. Like, this sounds real to me. This sounds like real science. God, that's so weird. It's weird seeing this on Google Scholar, like knowing that if I just happened to be working on something related to radiation risk perception, like this is on Google Scholar right now. I could find it. It could come up in my search and I could read it, not knowing that it's something that these people just paid for, and not knowing that a lot of the science here could be completely made up. That's crazy. I couldn't tell that the papers that my paper mill contact sent me were made by a paper mill. And I learned that that's actually a big part of the problem. Paper mill products are getting harder to catch. They used to give themselves away with sloppy photo manipulation or templatized titles where terms could be switched out to generate completely made-up research.
If you go back, say, 5 to 10 years, that's what paper mills did. They cheated. They copied images. They made up stuff that was complete nonsense.
But in the last 5 years, something changed. And you can see it when you look at the number of papers being published about public health data sets. These datasets contain massive amounts of information about population health. Researchers use them to track and understand diseases. And since 2023, the number of papers analyzing those public health datasets has skyrocketed far past expectations, coinciding right with the launch of mainstream AI tools. It turns out that public health datasets are an ideal material for paper mills to use to churn out fake papers with AI. They're easy to access, and they contain huge amounts of information. You can pick any two factors and run an automated analysis comparing the relationship between those two things, and it gives you findings that may not be particularly significant, but nevertheless look like real science.
You're still cheating, you're still generating poor quality misleading results, but the data are real. So when real scientists go and investigate them, it does appear to be there, and it's a more convincing product. And in that kind of environment, suddenly the bad actors are able to massively outproduce the good actors, the good scientists.
These are 5 different papers looking at the relationship between infertility and something called body roundness index that were all accepted by different journals over the course of a year. Here's 6 more looking at chronic kidney disease and oxidative balance score. And these are 6 different studies looking at cardiovascular health and periodontitis. All of these were made with the same public health data set. You can sometimes tell when a paper has been reworded with AI to pass a plagiarism check because it leaves behind something called a tortured phrase, where a technical term is replaced with a synonym that doesn't exactly make sense, like lactose bigotry instead of lactose intolerance, kidney disappointment instead of kidney failure, or bosom disease instead of breast cancer. So AI is making paper mill products harder to catch. I still wanted to know, though, what effect is all of this having on science in general?
You know, people often ask me, like, well, which fields do you trust or not trust? I said, the ones I trust are the ones that have a reasonable rate of retraction. If they have too much, I don't know. I have to sort of sift through it. If they don't have any, I don't trust them.
It is a freezing cold day in New York. I'm outside NYU getting ready to talk to Ivan Aransky.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Ivan is one of the people behind Retraction Watch, a website that tracks scientific articles that have been retracted from the literature. Papers might be retracted for all kinds of reasons, like fraudulent data, or plagiarism, or significant errors. And over the last 20 years, that number of retractions has been going up.
In 2010, there were about 400 retractions. 2024, there were, I think it was about 5,500. It's a big increase over time. It more than outpaces the growth in papers being published. In other words, there's something happening, and paper mills definitely have a part in it. At Retraction Watch, we have a leaderboard of people with the most retractions in the world. The guy at the top actually has 230 papers that have been retracted, and there are 5 people on the list with at least 100 papers that have been retracted. Most scientists have not even retracted one paper.
Is there kind of like I asked Ivan if there were any particularly notorious retractions, a flawed paper that had a major negative impact before it was taken down.
The most common example is the Andrew Wakefield et al. Study in The Lancet in 1998, claiming that autism and vaccines are linked. This paper, again, was published in 1998, was not retracted until 2010. You know, that paper has had immense impact. There's a paper that used as the basis of one of the main theories about Alzheimer's disease. And in fact, it turned out the images were manipulated. And this was about 20 years ago now.
The studies that Ivan is talking about were notoriously bad science that changed the course of research and medicine for years. But as we kept talking, he told me that he doesn't actually see paper mill products in that same category.
Paper mills, you know, you can buy authorship from a paper mill, you can buy an entire paper, you can have your citations boosted. So it's sort of manipulating the system rather than manipulating the data, which is what has happened with these massively cited papers. And a lot of them just aren't very important papers.
A lot of them just aren't very important papers. I set out to figure out if I can trust the studies that I find on the internet, and by going down the paper mill rabbit hole, I became convinced that I couldn't. But talking to Ivan, I realized that paper mills don't necessarily produce impactful bad science. They just flood the scientific literature with junk. And that means while they'll never really be a problem for a casual reader like me, for actual experts, the people who are trying to read every new study that comes out in their area of expertise, they can be devastating.
When we have papers en masse saying, oh, look at that gene. That gene's going to cure liver cancer. No, wait a minute. These two together could cure liver cancer. Or, oh, no, these other three. This is a tremendous distraction.
In a November 2025 paper, Jennifer estimated that nearly 12% of papers in top cancer research journals are likely paper mill products. One cancer researcher applying for a grant to study a certain gene was turned down because the field was crowded, when in reality, it was just crowded with paper mill products.
Just makes it much more difficult for researchers to know really where they should be focusing their efforts. That's what these papers destroy.
And paper mills don't just hurt the work being done by researchers, they also discredit science more broadly.
You see the anti-science types sort of seizing on this. We had a creationist podcast review our recent paper, and they were basically like, see, you just can't trust anything that's coming out of the scientific establishment.
We can't always trust the science because science is done by scientists who are flawed, thus the science can be flawed as well.
But we can trust our perfect, infallible creator and his authoritative word.
We want to defend the scientific enterprise. Science as a process is our most potent engine for societal good.
Science is a really important activity. It's a great human activity, and most scientists and most people working in research are honest and trustworthy. And I think it's for that reason that we really need to take this paper mill problem seriously, because it is about making sure that the people who are in the system for the right reasons can do the best research that they can.
I am, once again, not an academic. I'm a journalist making videos on a platform that is very much dictated by metrics, where the numbers don't always reflect the quality of the work, but they do really matter. And that's a tricky landscape to navigate, to fight for people's attention without letting numbers become the only goal. And leaving the story, I keep thinking that researchers are the one group of people who should never have to play by those rules, because their motivations to meet their employers' expectations and journals' motivations to make money have created an opportunity for a potent and dangerous business model for producing junk. And when this part of the internet fills up with junk, it's the people doing some of the world's most important work who suffer. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a really fun and fascinating piece to work on. We are always looking for ideas for future episodes of Tunnel Vision. If you have an idea, I would really encourage you to come and pitch it to us over on New Press. Newpress.com is a new website that I'm
What the fuck?
Yeah, pull up, do up my hair. Yearning, be more than friends. Boy, the boy, pick up, boo, pick a little bamboo's gonna lead my way to you. Baby, since the last time we spoke, it's been so long. I miss you. I'm local, but hope you don't know. Pop up in my head, dream me of the day when you come and take me away. Like princess, don't fear, just be brave. It's you and me, there ain't no other way. Do I seem like I'm not supposed to be? Retain the sugary and dreamy love story.
confusion. That's what I need. The groove takes it over. We'll wait and see. Even I might blank out, you and me. I thought that dream could light away. Take me higher, take me away. Whoa, oh, be my savior, take me away. Take me away. Deep and talk once more, you're hosting a magic show I cannot escape. There's nothing else left for me to do. Going to the other side, other side. I don't wanna be alone tonight. Won't leave me with your all the time. There's no one else left for me to lose. Heading to the other side, other side. You take me higher, take me away. Whoa, just be my savior, take me away. Sing it with me, everyone. I don't wanna be alone tonight. Oh, bring me to the other side. There's no one else left for me to lose. Going to the other side, other side. I don't wanna be alone tonight. I'll bring you to my best disguise. 'Cause you don't need to know the truth. Let me wait forever in your life.
Stars 被湮灭在霓虹的夜，视线所及如同荒诞的谎言。Artificial show life 摄入简单，输出肤浅，思考周间世界像碎片般分裂。想要的一切，触手可及之前，是不是最让人眷恋？拥有喜悦，厌倦，在被欲望支配，无尽中沦陷。再不会让承诺被敷衍，不让真心被曲解。没有语言的燃烧，但每一步我要决定权让下次被发现，让美丽被真实敷衍。我所了解的我还没被了解，别再让善意被拖延，不听恶语和闲言。没有语言的燃烧，但每一步我要选择真错误，不被遮掩。真实的我在你眼前，我所了解的我等待被发现。测不大意料无心，一言语之中有几个字算是发自内心。My muse 暗恋挣扎无处安放，疯癫浮华灵感已消失在名利场。失去的一切，措手不及之前，是不是从未被察觉？像是空白残缺，或许总学不会珍惜和感谢。再不会让承诺被敷衍，不让真心被曲解。没有语言的燃烧，但每一步我要决定权让下次被发现，让美丽被真实敷衍。我所了解的我还没被了解，别再让善意被拖延，不听恶语和闲言。没有语言的燃烧，但每一步我要选择真错误，不被遮掩。真实的我在你眼前，我所了解的我等待被发现。再不会让善良被污蔑，不让希望再破灭。难以预言的未来，但每一步我自己体验，让下次被发现。 现，让美丽被真实复原。我所了解的我还没被了解，别再让善意被拖延，不停恶语和闲言，没有语言的燃烧，但没不完。
Bells ringing, time to drop our pens and let the fun begin. Cases closed, dive into a fantasy world. Taking a leap, reaching the sun, light up the screens for the things we dare to dream. Spinning the wheels and hearts on the run, turn every maybe into men to be go crazy. Starlight trains are floating, clouds overhead reshaping magical paradise. Crashing every obstacle, recycling bad moods, nothing else could define us. Now papers down, better close all the research tabs. Game on, we're switching fast. Who is the lucky player making the plans? Start up the train, we're racing the moon. There might be genius springs floating in the air. Flying away, falling heavy to death the ground. Anything could happen any second as the arcade lights blink and flashing. We'll log out of our reality and pixelate the scene. Ain't it fun to unlock the fantasies out of boundaries, out of box, out of rules, out of frames? We have enough, have to be free from the yesterdays, got away from all the stress on our minds. No more gravity on us, refresh to go up one more life. All the lights blink and flashing. We'll log out of our reality and pixelate the scene. Ain't it fun to unlock the fantasies out of boundaries, out of box, out of rules, out of frames? 'Cause all our dreams blink and flashing. Let the countdown begin. We'll renovate and redesign the game. Ain't it fun to break free from everything out of boundaries, out of box, out of rules, out of frames? Now all the victories flashing. We've achieved the goals. Academy is just a piece of cake. Ain't it fun logging out of reality, out of boundaries, out of box, out of rules, out of frames to the top.
Isn't it so incredible? We're here sharing the same time and space. In your eyes, the sparks look like thousands of bright stars. I have gazed at for thousands of time. May all our sweet dreams take flight with the truth of diamonds. You need a light to shine. I was a shadow until you looked my way. The rainbows I held inside got kissed by sunshine. Not a campfire of flowery skies. River will beat in my heart. So ringing my ears non-stop. The moment I found you, the journey to the soul I'd like to sing now. If it takes all the small nights just to see you smile tonight, and it's all been worth it. You build a world of miracles, someone deep but precious. The stream of shimmering daily moments reach your way to my soul. Stop me from drifting in my feet, a solid constant. So let's sing together. Every light I'm giving all goes back to you, goes back to you. You build a world of miracles, someone deep but precious. The stream of shimmering daily moments reach your way to my soul. Stop me from drifting in my feet, a solid constant. So let's sing together. Every light I'm giving all goes back to you, goes back to you. His magic was snowflakes could clean. Like powder stardust on your skin, glistening. Their moments may be plain and paper thin, but through your voyage they will sing, soaring like the paper plane we dream, coasting through the trails we paved. It's not make-believe. Fly to frost is free. Carry the torch for me and spread your wings. I will catch a glow up from your sky, or ever guiding light. Names or grace that make history, gaining time to fade away memories, but I won't let it face me, 'cause I don't pine for what's to be of me. Up in the air isn't nowhere, so there's no floating or endlessly. Look on other, you will see grows and most of us alive and bursting with colors of blossoming. What's the plans being promising? The end's another new beginning. Did I catch a twinkle going, you're right. Did they really mirror my? I wanna believe is what keeps my wish afloat. I hope you know, soaring like the paper plane we dreamed, coasting through the trails we paved. It's not make-believe. Fly to frost to spring, carry the torch for me and spread your wings. I will catch a glow from your sky, your ever-guiding light.涂上完美套红色的一灯芯，每步每一笑都无暇闪耀，跌跌撞击中少女的 day and night falling angel for you， 用力技巧绝不经意的绯闻秒成到令那这个 punch， 再加一点关心掩饰长命 spice， 一不小心浪昂，别哭总向前着，千万闪烁在如此亮的宇宙，你会不会看见我？像聚光灯的流星穿着浮云说，细雨远方总会无翅膀的无知 angel， 是你将这梦的光环送给我，闪亮的炽热的，我相信是永恒。For you a dreamer， 按细节说，来自你心电讯号，有时激动，也有小小的烦恼，怎么办？这样笨拙的我，也想成为心中的光芒。小恶魔的可爱姿势浑然天真，但偶尔仍会困扰。今天也已不懈科技的魅力，征服武装。
I've got a shower.
别哭，总向前着，千万闪烁在如此亮的宇宙，你会不会看见我？像聚光灯的流星唱着此刻，泪与汗水化作金翅膀的无知 angel， 是你将这梦的光环送给我，闪亮的炽热的，我相信是永恒。For you a dreamer， dreamer，dreamer。 pull up, do up my hair. Yearning, be more than friends. Boy, the boy, pick up, pick a little bamboo's gonna lead my way to you. Baby, since the last time we spoke, it's been so long. I miss you. I'm local, but hope you don't know. Pop up in my head, dream me of the day when you come and take me away. Like princess, don't fear, just be brave. It's you and me, there ain't no other way. Do I seem like I'm not supposed to be? Written a sugary and dreamy love story. You are the one, makes me wanna sing a love song. Ooh, chapter. I feel like a roller coaster going up and down because I know I'm lost. My yearning heart was stolen by you. Gosh, my spark like blooming flower when I think of you because I know I'm lost. My yearning heart was stolen by you. Yeah, do up my hair. Yearning, be more than friends. Boy, the boy, pick up, pick a little bamboo's gonna lead my way to you. Do up my hair. Yearning, be more than friends. Boy, the boy, pick up, pick a little bamboo's gonna lead my way to you. I once wished to disappear when the stars were burning me. I thought the fight abandoned this received as consciousness. I might be beautiful too. Creating out in this vast cosmos, I'm just a small butterfly. Oh, and awake, I don't know what's right. I found the principle like I could reach to the sky. Starlight traverses you, and the fight its way to you, where my heart is able to do. Just one look at you, the man I can't do for the pleasant to be. Maybe I will also become so what is right. here. The end you see. Does it bring you to peace? If only you can see your history's remaining. A signal sprouting, a signal growing, a signal blooming. I walk through the path, fingertips pollinating. The flowers spreading, the flowers singing, the flowers watching. Someday I hope to see you here, far, far away. Can this like this? No need to hurry by. And if you're lost in disbelief, I'll sit beside you quietly. I'll hold your hand, squeezing tightly, and let your tears slip in my sleep. By the time you would come, I am nowhere to be found, as if I was never around. And if you're screaming silently, I'll kiss away the uncertainty. I'll rock you gently in my arms until you're asleep. In your dreams I disappeared, a ripple of fluorescent layers. Then I saw a world, conflicting views, friction between the hearts. I saw a world, once living corpse, a rotten drum, a floor to your voice. Tiny wavelengths, a ripple crying, a ripple smiling, a ripple longing. Someday I hope to see you here, far, far away. Can this like this, as long as you truly desire. Goodbye, goodbye, please don't miss me. You'll be alright, do not worry. Sometimes I'm nowhere, sometimes I'm everywhere, not too far nor too near. And if you look down to your feet, I'm waving at you secretly. A shadow of you, a shadow of me, walking side by side steadily. By the time we're strong, I am nowhere to be found, as if I was never around. And if your world is on repeat, I'll love each version of you the same. Maybe one day your lives can be perfectly mundane. Even in a million years, my ripples flow wherever you go. When I was young and lost, you showed up and had my doors unlocked. Like threads, petals unfold. A red kawa shigo. You have shown me that I am still capable of caring for someone else, that I still bear the same innocence inside. What do I know about love? How can I recreate what I've never had? All I know is that I must keep you thriving. If nutrients are what you lack, I will water you with every drop of blood I have. But now I know that sacrifice is the easy path. My absence cannot ever change the facts. I wanted the very best for you to leave the earth resurrect can never be cut, and this is not for sayonara. Will you forgive me at last?